Thanks to the support as a channel member, Gareth Ford. It is semi-final of the Champions League o'clock, and we're playing against a team we've beaten before in the League's Cup last year when we were rubbish. So fingers crossed, we're merely a few minutes away from booking a spot in the Champions League final. I've got something on my shirt. What is that? It's like my nipple's been leaking. I hope it hasn't. And here is your confirmation. Cruz Azul are 5th in the Mexican League. We've already knocked out Deportivo Guadalajara and Pumas. So 2 teams above them in the league. So fingers crossed it should be smooth sailing from here. We're continuing to play well in the league. We've only played a couple of matches since you were last with me. But we are still comfortably top of everything. Top of the Eastern Conference. Top of the media prediction. That's not what I was aiming for there. I was aiming for the Supporters' Shield. We are well clear. Villakazi is the top goal scorer. Unlove is the best player. Velez is just going from strength to strength. We should win the Champions League by Monday. If we don't, something badly wrong has gone wrong, similar to what happened in the MLS Cup last year. But let's go and check out where Estadio Azteca is. That seems like that's quite famous. I feel like I've heard that name before. It seems like the only thing in Mexico City actually called Estadio Azteca is this bus stop. The bus stop is next to the Banorte Stadium, which I'm going to assume is another name for this stadium. It's on the south side of Mexico City. It's temporarily closed. I don't know if that just means it's not open at the time of day that I'm recording this, or if it's actually shut for renovation in real life at the moment. But I mean, that looks like it's being rebuilt. I guess in Football Manager, it has been rebuilt. They've got a big car park, haven't they? Let's try and drop ourselves down into the middle of the pitch. I guess this was pre-renovation work. I mean, it's an impressively large structure, isn't it? He's so impressed. He's just sat there on his phone. Goodness me, it did need doing up as well. This looks as ropey as Nou Camp when I went there before they knocked that down. Looks very much like they've just slapped chairs on terraces, which is almost certainly what has happened here. And yeah, I can see why this has been in need of a little bit of renovation, but an impressive building all the same. Let's get out to that bus stop. We want to see it from the bus stop. That's always the best view. Oh, we've got one of these out the front, and there is the view of the stadium. And it does. What is this? I'm kind of interested in that, but there you go. There is your confirmation. It is called Estadio Azteca, and it's got lots of turnstiles and whatnot out the front. There we go. That's where we've got to go and win a football match. Easy peasy. And there's a petrol station, so we can get a beverage on the way home as well. Lovely. I'm just going to check if we have a rebuild date in game. Just says year built 1966. Doesn't confirm it's been rebuilt. It definitely has. Lots of clubs play there. Mexico, Club America and Cruz Azul all play there, plus all of the youth teams of those various teams as well. And it has undersoil heating, which doesn't seem necessary in Mexico City. Does it get cold in Mexico? I feel like Mexico's quite a warm country, but this is the team we're sending there to try and win. We'll get them to pack their coats just to be on the safe side if we've got undersoil heating to contend with. But we've got Yamoa in goal, a back four of Prencha, Contreras, Fus and Nabil, Persson and Asker in midfield, Velez, Mlechi and Unlove supporting Kurt Villakazi up front. We just need to get the job done, boys and girls. We have a Champions League to win. This is merely a hurdle on the way. If we mess things up from here, we have to do a whole nother year of this. And I know I've figured out the MLS now, but that does mean I'm kind of ready to leave. I'll take my medal and get on a plane down to South America. I mean, I'm partway there now in Mexico. Can't we just give me the medal now? And I'll head on down to Brazil or Argentina. Probably Brazil might be my best option. And pick up my next job. It seems like these rascals have got other ideas though, because they're actually attacking, which is more than we're used to from some of these previous matches. Unlove has picked up a knock as well. And that's also not ideal. The question now is, do we take him off to protect him for the second leg? But then we have to do the rest of the first leg without him, and he is our best player. I don't know how injured he is. It says he can play through it. It is a bruised knee, which for a man still only 6 months out of returning from a cruciate ligament injury is a worrisome thing to have a bruise on. If it's the same knee, you get him off the pitch just as a precaution. But he seems to be moving okay. But we have now conceded a goal. Maybe if all those years ago he'd properly converted to playing at right back, he would have been able to get a tackle in there. But he never was that interested in becoming a right back. And I guess now he's the best player in MLS playing on the right wing. I guess we can probably say, fair enough, he might have known better in that circumstance. But I still think he'd have made a cracking wing back. But we are losing. We've not really offered anything at all going forward. And I think we are going to take him off at half time as a precaution because, oh man, word, he is broken. Hall is going to come on. And similar to what we had in the previous round, my instinct for a one-off game is to go attacking. But if we just lose this first leg 1-0, it's not the end of the world. So I think we just probably carry on playing as if it was 0-0. If we concede a second, maybe we make some adjustments. But at 1-0, I think we're probably okay to just see the match out without a lot more happening, as long as they don't score again. So that's what we shall do. And it's Velez who's dropped deep and narrow, plays it forward to Mlecci, and Hall shoots from range. He absolutely shouldn't have done. He hasn't got the relationship with Vilakazi that we have from Unlove. He should know that his job as the right winger is to get out wide on that right-hand side and then hit a high ball into the penalty area for Mr. Tall to get his head onto. And now it's Asker, who, remember, started life here as a centre-back, now our playmaker in midfield. How things have changed. He's developed into quite the midfield player, Vilakazi, with the crunching tackle. Kurt Vilakazi, by the way, and I can't believe I'm going to tell you this, because he's going to get sent off now as a result. He's only had like 2 yellow cards in his entire career, and they were all when he was down in South Africa. He won the MLS Fair Play Award last year as a 6'4" striker with 13 aggression. The man doesn't get booked. So it was interesting to see him crunching into a tackle there. And obviously, now I've told you it, at the worst possible time, we are effectively guaranteeing a red card at some point on this Champions League attempt. Whether it's today, whether it's in the second leg, whether he saves it for the final, we've now planted that seed. Football Manager knows I'm aware, and the red card is inevitably coming now. Hall, with the effort from range, he's hit the crossbar. That would have been very handy to grab an equaliser there. Foose plays it back into the area. That's the right idea. When you've got Big Kurt in there, you play passes like that one. Unfortunately, it didn't get anywhere near him, but Hall plays it over the top for Vilakazi to run onto. He takes a touch, forces the save out of the keeper, and we've got another corner. And we are starting to apply some pressure now. I feel like the equaliser might be coming. We certainly deserve one. If you look at the balance of play, we don't deserve to be behind in this match. Grimmer is going to come on in midfield. Deluli is going to come on at right back. And we're also going to bring on Condori up front for a little bit of a pace injection. Vilakazi not really getting the breakthrough. We're not playing the right passes to him. So let's get the kid on who we can play the balls over the top for him to chase. It's moments like this we brought him in for, to come on and change the game. Plan A is not working. Condori is plan B because he's a completely different kind of striker to anyone else we had at the club when he arrived. Velez cuts inside, gives the ball away. He's been not as effective today as he has been for most of this Champions League run. Velez is currently top scorer, top assister, and highest average rating in the whole of the Champions League. He's had a great time in this competition so far. And that's not just for us, that's for the competition as a whole. But he's been very, very quiet today. And it does imply that we've come up against a team that are quite good. That being said, they're only 1 goal ahead of us. We've been the better team on XG. If we could just find that equaliser, we'll go into that second leg feeling pretty good. And on that note, I think we probably just change the left back. We don't need to risk anything going forward. We need to make sure we don't concede another goal. If we can grab the equaliser, that's a bonus, but we don't have to. Hall plays it into the area. Foose is there. It's dealt with again quite comfortably, and they've got a 2-on-1 here. We're chasing back, and this is not ideal. Deluli does brilliantly. Good work from Deluli. That's Champions League winning experience there, and that experience from the likes of him is going to be invaluable on this little run. Oh my word, if they'd have scored there as I'm singing the boys' praises, that would have been heartbreaking. They still might score from the mistake. We've not had the ball back yet after Deluli gave it to them, but the move now finally does end, and that would have been That would have been upsetting. That might have been I might have had to have edited out my kind words just to stop myself looking like a Wally. It looks like it's going to be 1-0. We've got to overturn a deficit again. We've been here before, though. We know what to do. We just need to play well in the second leg. Unlove will be back for it. Kalinowski is leaving because he's got a grumpy on. So we get him out the door. We have to play against New England Revolution, and then next week it's Cruz Azul again. So I'll play New England off camera, and we'll be back for the second leg, which we're going to win. I've decided. Here we go then. Second leg. Asker is suspended, so Grimmer comes in. Otherwise, it is the same team as the first leg. And I mean, how is Vilakazi 1 yellow card away from a suspension? He's had 1 yellow card in his Charlotte career. Was it in the last match? Literally, as I'm saying, he doesn't get booked. Did he get booked? How would we know? He must have been booked in the last match. I don't understand how that makes him 1 yellow card away from suspension. So we've got all these players who could be suspended from the final if we get there with a yellow card because they'll have been booked twice in the tournament. That seems insane. But let's get the team submitted. Watch Vilakazi score a hat-trick, get booked, and be suspended for the final now. Heartbreaking if it happens to the fairest fair play man in the history of the world. Right, we've actually got some fans turn up as well. By my reckoning, this is our second biggest attendance during my time at the club, second only to the conference final last year. Even more people have turned up for this than turned up for the MLS Cup last year. Let's do ourselves a favour and win it, shall we? We'd very much like to get to the Champions League final. And now Foose is injured, which is not ideal, but it does mean we get the experience of Dylan Deluli, Champions League winner, on in his natural position at centre-back. He can now step up and become a hero. That's 3 boys there who've won a Champions League before now, and it's going to be Unlove with the corner. Contreras! And he scores! And he is not a typical target for us at these set pieces. Normally it's Asker who stands there, and we aim for him, and we've got Vilakazi knocking around as well, but Contreras clearly capable of being a threat from the set pieces as well. I mean, we saw at Stellenbosch that Deluli can score in that situation as well. We've got them queuing up to nod the headers in at corners, but that's 1-0 on the night. 1-1 on aggregate, and the Champions League dream is alive. We are into the final 3. The other semi-final happened yesterday. Tigres knocking out DC United, so it is another Mexican team in the final if we get there, but we've got to get there first, and we do seem to be making hard work of it. It's certainly more challenging than the previous round was, and this is alarming. And offside, the flag is up. Come on, ref. The flag is out. I mean, we had 2 players on the line. I don't know how it could possibly be offside, but I'll take it if you want to be corrupt, referee. We'd love a bit of corruption. Oh, I love it. Don't show us the replay. I want to believe the corruption. We are going to see the replay anyway. I mean, to be fair, he is offside. He's also going to get a kick in the back from Contreras there. We get away with one a little bit. Could have very easily given away a penalty. And it would have been interesting watching them not give the penalty because of the offside. I mean, they just allowed a goal because of it, so I suppose it's no different to that. But still, 1-1. We'd like another goal, please. Unlove plays the ball back to Deluli. The Stellenbosch connection is strong. Unlove lays it off to Nabil. Nabil trying to give it back to Unlove, but can't. I'm struggling to say Unlove rather than Deluli. Deluli's been dragged out of position there, which is not ideal. Unlove getting back to help out with the defending, but everybody's struggling to get near the ball. They're passing it around as it's a lovely goal, and it's very frustrating. And is that one being disallowed as well? Because you do have to start to ask questions at that point. They've passed it around us very comfortably, and they have managed to break the offside trap. I mean, they completely dragged Deluli out of position, so there wasn't really an offside trap. Yeah, that's not ideal. Right, we need to go attack him. Can I press the right buttons? I want to go attacking, please. Attacking. Demand more. Oh, don't go and concede again. Oh, my word. We are struggling here. At what point do we stick a second striker on? Quite soon is the answer to that question, for those of you wondering. We are attacking. We've demanded more. I think we get Condori on. Now, we have to throw bodies forward, don't we? We've got to do goals. Right, we're going to take off Grimmer. Lecce can go back there. Grimmer's going to come off for Condori, and he's going to go up top. We're going big man, little man. We'll have Villakazi just dropping ever so slightly deeper than him for now. That will change as the match goes on. But for now, we stick 2 up top, and we see if that's going to get us the breakthrough. What's happening here? Why are we the ones defending? We're supposed to be trying to win the Champions League. Can we get the ball forward? Please, lads? No? No one's bothered. They've hit the post now. Does somebody want to wake up? Right, Unlove's got the chance for a counter-attack here, and we've got both strikers forward. Unlove, terrible, terrible pass. He's better than that. None of the big guys are turning up for this, and it's very upsetting. Velez has been rubbish. Lenning's going to come on. Lecce is going to come off for Runnison. We've got 1 substitution left. And it'll be throwing on another attacking player. I don't know who or how. But, I mean, we've got to go very attacking. Unlove's shattered, so Hall comes on. What? Oh, I've used up my stoppages. Oh, that's a rookie mistake. Oh, that's problematic. That is very problematic. That might be the decision that cost us the Champions League. We've gone very attacking. I'm demanding more. I mean, it's so close. But to be fair, on the night, we've just not created enough. Lenning to Runnison. I don't know what he's trying to do from there. It's not the kind of shot you're going to score with. Just play the pass to somebody. We've got so many attackers on the pitch. Right, we need a massive moment from somebody. Unlove with the corner, and it's Delulli! Oh, the Stellenbosch connection! I said we'd need his experience. The Champions League winners, they know what they're doing. They've done it before. Yamaba's forward. We mentioned Delulli can score in that situation, and he only blooming has. We switch back to normal attacking. I hope there's no away goals in this. My heart might be about to get broken anyway, because we obviously didn't get an away goal. There's away goals. We have been knocked out of the Champions League semi-final on away goals. And the aliens are back to celebrate. We've not seen them for a year. We've gone full retro. Away goals and the aliens have returned. Well, 1 more year in MLS then. That's really upsetting. Okay. I think the plan from here, pretty much just get through the rest of the season and get back to next season's Champions League again, is the plan. Does that seem like a good plan? I guess if we get to the MLS Cup final, I'll show you that. But I don't think you need to see all of this happen. We're obviously going to win the Supporters' Shield. Unless things start to go wrong, I'm just going to get some matches played. I can't believe that's just happened. Away goals! Oh. North America is the gift that keeps on giving. If you've enjoyed that, you're a monster. And I'll see you tomorrow.